Without further ado, I'd like to introduce your next men's basketball coach for the VCU Rams. Please give a great VCU round of applause and welcome to Shaka Smart. Watch the microphone. I messed with it.
Thanks so much. I want to thank Dr. Trani, Norwood, and the entire Richmond community for welcoming myself and my wife Maya to VCU. We couldn't be happier to be here. Also want to express my gratitude to Mike Ellis and the organizers of the Villa 7 Consortium. Without that event, I wouldn't have had the relationship which allowed me to put myself in this position. So I thank you very much for that. I'd be remiss if I didn't express my appreciation for my extended family, particularly my mother, Monica King, and my wife, Maya Smart, who actually is my coach and the best coach I know. What Norwood didn't tell you about the interview process is he did interview me on a cloudy Friday morning, but the guy made me get up at 5:30 in the morning. He had to catch a flight to get back to Richmond, but I'll tell you what, I would have gotten up at any time of the day to talk to Norwood about coming here to be your next head coach. And I'm here today principally to express my extreme excitement about being here at VCU as your head coach. There's been a standard of success that's been set at VCU over the past several years and even going back over the past several decades. That standard of success is a direct result of a shared vision on the part of Dr. Trani, Norwood Teague, and the entire athletic administration. But it is also a result of the extreme dedication and hard work of coaches like Jeff Capel, Anthony Grant, and all the current and former players at VCU. I have a tremendous amount of respect for you guys, and I can't wait to work with you. I take very, very seriously the standard at which you have set the bar for this program. And what excites me most is the opportunity to take this program to even greater heights. Now, how do we do that? Because it begins today. Begins today. I met with the players a couple of days ago as a team, and then I got a chance to speak to each and every one of them as individuals. And the point that I wanted to make to them is the fact that now, as soon as I set foot in this building, their dreams and goals become my dreams and goals. And we have to assume a sense of collective responsibility to move this program forward. Many of you have heard the phrase, "To whom much is given, much is expected." Well, you can expect a standard of excellence from VCU basketball. On the basketball court, we're going to employ the most exciting style of play in the CAA. And because we come from the same coaching pedigree, Coach Grant and myself share very similar basketball philosophy. On the defensive end, the last two stops of my coaching career, Clemson and Florida, have taught me a great deal about full court pressure. We are going to wreak havoc on our opponent's psyche and their plan of attack. Offensively, we're going to push the ball after misses, and we're going to push the ball after makes. And I want my players, those of you guys that are here right now, I want you to listen carefully. I want you to play with the freedom to make plays in the open court. But I want you to play with the unselfishness that you'll be willing to create plays for your teammates, and with the discipline that every time down the floor, we're going to get a great shot. In order to play that way, it takes players that are in tremendous condition. So guys, get ready to work. But the great thing about that is, over the past 3 years, you guys have established a tremendous work ethic and a tremendous standard of hard work and getting in the best shape of anybody in this league. I want to be in the best shape of anybody in the country, and we're going to work at that starting next week. Recruiting is the lifeblood of any program in college basketball. And I want to tell you that myself, along with the staff that I assemble, will work in a relentless fashion to attract student athletes to VCU that share our vision. We are going to bring players in here that are ready to compete at the highest level, to play against programs like Duke and UCLA in the NCAA tournament, but also players that understand the meaning of a great education and that understand their place in the greater community of Virginia Commonwealth University and the city of Richmond. I want to make a statement right now to any of the players in the city of Richmond that might be listening or might be watching this. Because trust me, there's a few guys right now in this city that could come to VCU and do great things. Myself and my staff, we are coming to recruit you, and we're coming to show you how terrific of an experience you can have at VCU. And I can't wait to go see you. Lastly, I just want to mention how blown away I've been at all the tremendous happenings here at VCU. It's unbelievable to me, all the great things that are going on. And Maya and I are just overjoyed to be a part of that, and I couldn't be more happy to be your next head coach. Thank you very much. Does anybody up front here have any questions?
In your mind, how long have you been kind of preparing for this day, waiting for this day, and just kind of talk about your journey to this point?
I've been preparing for this day since before I got into coaching. I think any time that you love the game of basketball, you're always thinking the game. And going back to when I was a young player, I was always intrigued by the coaching side of the game. X's and O's, motivation, coaching psychology. So I've been preparing for a long time. I've been an assistant coach for 10 years, and I've worked at 5 different institutions. And I also want to express my extreme gratitude for the 5 head coaches I've worked for: Bill Brown, Keith Dambrot, Dan Hipsher, Oliver Purnell, and Billy Donovan. I was just crossing my fingers when Billy was talking there because he loves to give people a hard time. I thought he might do that to me, but he was nice today. But that opportunity to work for those 5 head coaches who are very, very different in terms of the way they approach the game has really prepared me and given me a chance to see basketball in a lot of different ways. But really what it comes down to is the fact that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm going to advocate for these players. And we're going to work hard, and I'm going to coach them very hard, and the staff will as well. But we are all a part of something bigger than any one person, and I'm excited about that.
Coach Wes McElroy from Sports Radio 910 here in Richmond. Coach Donovan brought up the mental psychology, your mental preparation. You used the word psychology, you used the word about your players and the press. Could you explain where you acquired that from, or your interest in the psychology of the game?
I've always been interested in the mental side of it, and I've always believed that if you can get your players to go out on the court and play with a clear head and the right intentions, then you're going to have a great chance to win. Because our job in recruiting is to identify guys that have the physical capabilities to go out and make plays and win basketball games. We have right here, returning to this team, several players that are terrific talents and guys that if they do go out with a clear head and the right intentions, will win a lot of basketball games. So I feel like one of the biggest parts of my job as a head coach, and even when I was an assistant coach, is to help those players get in the right frame of mind. And I always told the guys, if you can clear your head and you can find a way to be internally motivated as opposed to externally motivated, you're going to go out there and have a lot of success. Thanks so much for having me. I look forward to meeting everybody here, and I can't wait until the first day of practice. Thanks so much.